How you going?
Good.
Good? Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Tom and I had a chat last week about game choosers. This week, we just thought
Would
well,
interview you.
we'll interview.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congrats on finishing uni.
Thanks.
It's been how many years have you been at uni now?
4.
4 years.
Yeah.
Relieved?
Relieved, yeah. Done.
Yeah.
Happy.
And
Tell us about the degree.
yeah, what did you do?
I did sports science and a psychology, so double, which kind of majored in human movement, so how people move in the gym and exercise a little
Yeah.
more than anything.
Yeah.
A little bit more related to sport, but a lot of carryover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I haven't done uni. Tom has.
Yeah.
Not in sports.
No. My degree in international studies, majoring in East Asian political economics, has led me to working at Big Five. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the right path here.
Yeah.
So it's funny. How did you first get into fitness? Like, why? When did you decide you want to do sports and exercise science at uni?
Probably goes back to when I was like 14, 15, more than anything, playing footy and just trying to become better at football and trying to become an AFL player back then.
Yeah.
And how can you improve and become the best athlete, essentially?
So, which is quite unusual because that's what did you say, 14-year-old? Like, I was playing ice hockey, but I was training, but I didn't care. Like, it was just like, I've got to do it so that I get a bit stronger. But for a 14-year-old to actually get into a little bit of knowledge about it is quite extraordinary.
I was working
right?
out my 1 rep at 15 and trying to work off percentages. So trying like
Yeah.
There was none of that going on.
No.
Which
Oh,
I wasn't happy with, but anyway.
no. It was like, do as many as you can. That's what I did. And
Well,
put some weight on.
There was me playing field hockey.
Yeah.
There was no strength.
No.
Yeah, it was just all it was your conditioning pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're old as well, so
This is
it's
true.
probably done
Yeah.
a little bit different now. But yeah, so that's pretty cool that you did that. And then obviously did you become a PT or like certified PT before you did your uni course, or was that part of the course?
No, so I
as
did
you
that
started?
in year 12, essentially, so I knew I could work whilst at uni.
Yeah,
So that was the first thing I did.
done.
Nice little bit. Yeah.
And how do you find the psychology part of it fitting into what you're doing now?
Yeah, so the idea of it was to be able to kind of work out what motivates people and essentially help drive people towards their goals and get the most out of them. Essentially, the degree was a little bit more based on how to plan interventions and work on that side of things, but it all interrelates essentially, like what encourages you to come, let's repeat that and keep you coming in as often as we can.
So what's been interesting for me, so when you started working for me, you were adamant that you're going to train athletes in a sports team, etc. And then I was trying to convince you that might not be it's not the only way to go, right? And it might depend on where you want your career to be. There are other paths, and obviously Big Five was one of them. For me, it's like training the general population or the Gen Pop. So I think you changed your tune a little bit about training athletes, and then actually started enjoying training the people that we train now, right? And you know, on an everyday basis, you see how did that change happen, and when did you start feeling like this is actually pretty good?
I think like one thing that kind of reached out to me was like you're in this industry because you want to help people and change people. And essentially, if you look at numbers-wise, like I'm a numbers guy, athletes are 1% of a population.
Yeah. Or less than.
Less than. And they're already fit. They're already like good at stuff. You're just making them 1% better again.
Yeah.
Where the impact you can have training general people is heaps better, heaps bigger.
Yeah. And I reckon there's general population, generally speaking, a bit more open to guiding them as well. Sometimes, I'm not saying all athletes, to be clear on that, can sometimes, as you say, just be, well, I already know how to do this, I've been doing this for, And can be,
They're there for a reason, and their reason is to train and get it done with, essentially. That's their hour, they have to do it where we can have a little bit more of a chat and talk to people and have a little bit more of a good time with them as well.
It's a lot less common with the Gen Pop to go, oh no, I know how to do this. It does happen. People come from other gyms and they say, no, I know this, and we might not always agree that that's the best way to do it, but usually I'd say 99.9% gives us a chance to show them a better way of doing things, whilst maybe. Well, I guess if you're a paid athlete, you probably have to follow a little bit what the trainer says now. So brings me a little bit. That's a good segue into you also now doing work for the Bulldogs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you now train athletes as well as the general population here at the Big Five. So how do you compare that? Like, do you see the difference in terms of training? Obviously, there are more of like you're working off percentages there and a little bit different. But how does it differ for you?
So essentially, like training with the athletes and working with the Bulldogs, it's more about being really specific in everything we do with trying to get an orientated outcome that relates to performance. Where essentially in this environment at Big Five, we're looking at more at just trying to get people to move and make changes which contribute to everyday life. So essentially, if a squat's the best activity for you, then that's the best activity for you. Where athletes, it might be, we need to get you a lot more powerful, so you're not going to squat.
Yeah.
We're going to do this, but it's just more about general movement for everyone. And
trying
to make you enjoy it, so you come back. So then, if you keep coming back, you can get better results. Than if you don't enjoy it. And
I think we've learned. Well, I've learned over the years, and you've now been with us 2.5 years almost at Big Five, and you've probably seen how the change in your mindset with people. It might not be like, oh, you need to squat heavier and heavier for everyone. For some people, it is just about moving, right? And then we'll let them move. How's the mindset there for you compared to when you started? Because then you probably wanted everyone to do a 3RM, maybe always get stronger, etc. Not everyone wants that.
Yeah, 100%. I remember the first session I rode, I think I put in double hand dumbbell cleans, for example, something that was crazy, and it was a power movement, which was something that like I would do with your athletes, but I'm not going to do with anyone here essentially, because there's no point. We're not trying to get you to be explosive as you can.
Yeah.
So I think it's changed quite a lot. Essentially.
Explosiveness and power, I think, has quite little. What's the word? Correlation with everyday life. Carryover. You don't actually need to be that explosive.
You don't jump as high as you can in everyday life.
No, you don't. There are getting stronger is important for everyone, right? Everyone should aim to get stronger in some sense.
Yeah.
But the power is probably more for the sports field.
The stronger you are, the less chance of injury you have.
Yeah. Unless you want to show off for your kids and stuff, that's
or have a good beach bod.
Yeah. That's different. With your course now, you've done you're talking possibly doing a master's or something as well.
Yeah, so I've enrolled. Still waiting to be accepted, but I'm pretty sure I'll be accepted from talking to him to start mid-year in a high performance sport.
What's
master's.
that specifically looking at? Have you decided upon that, or?
Nah, so there's a few different options. I'm probably going to go down more of a research path, so I can go into a PhD then for after, and look at a little bit more into the strength and conditioning modules rather than the sports science and GPS kind of.
If you become a doctor, does that mean you're going to train people in a white coat?
Essentially, I've already got one in the car ready for that day. Yeah. Get the glasses back with a little string, will be good.
Yeah.
Dr. Martin sounds pretty good. You can go with that. Go with that. Yeah. That's really cool. Congratulations again. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I pause for a sec. I'm just going to make sure the video's
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, we had to do it 3 times the other day.
It was full of the phone.
So in your 2 years, what's been the biggest highlight in terms of coaching the crew here? Is there anyone specific or that springs to mind in terms of?
Yeah, I don't think it's a
results
specific person. I think it's like 2 general storylines that we see with clients here.
Yep.
So essentially the first one will be someone that comes in on a challenge and gets really good results and then genuinely stays on and continues that rather than just a 4-week quick fix. They become where they form it into an actual habit and
longevity and sustainability.
Yeah, maintain the results, keep them off more than anything. Mm-hmm. Or the second person who is someone that comes in, starts on that team training, doesn't move a lot, becomes really good at moving, and comes across to transformation and really looks to improve their strength and build on that a little bit as well.
It's pretty cool for us to see people staying here for the long term. I reckon is the obviously the challenges are good, you get some quick results, but if you then head out and don't continue,
you can lose those results just as quickly as what you gain them.
You will. You most likely you will.
There's no point looking good for 4 weeks or being healthy for 4 weeks of a year.
No. So challenges and resets can be good for you, but I think as well when we look at clients here, it's just fun to see those people like evolving over time. And we've had a lot of people who stayed here for years, right? And then
Yeah,
you see,
we're really lucky here. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the numbers across the industry,
yeah,
you know, people generally speaking don't stay in a gym for, you know,
No,
say
I
more than
think-
3 to 6 months.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, we're probably average. You know, people stay here for over a year.
A
So
lot of people do join a gym and then actually never go after the first introduction session.
Yeah.
So there's lots of people with gym membership, but yeah, so we're pretty fortunate that we can do that here. I think that's a good one. Now, I wanted to ask you guys both about Christmas coming up. How's how's it looking in terms of keeping that consistency? Obviously, Big Five, we're all about balance, so we don't want anyone to like not have drinks, food, etc. over that period. We still think that everyone should keep moving and training, right?
yeah, I think
How-
what we tend to see is a lot of people throwing the baby out with the bathwater when it
Yeah.
comes to December.
Either or, right?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, I'm drinking this week and, you know, I'm going out for dinner or I'm partying, you know, on the weekend. Therefore, I'm not going to go to the gym at all.
Yeah.
Which, to me, like, that just seems crazy. So I'd highly encourage you to embrace the season. Get out there
Exactly.
as much as you
Yeah.
can, you know, enjoy the fact that, you know, it's December, it's coming to the end of the year, etc. Be
Yeah.
around loved ones, etc. But you know, the reality is get into the gym as much as you can. Keep moving your body so that when we come to, you know, January, we're not having to start again. You know.
Well,
There's-
even if we know this, if you have even 1 week off, it feels like you're starting over again. Not necessarily as hard as if you had 3 weeks off, right?
Yeah.
But every time you have a break, it's hard to get back into it.
There's a number, I can't remember the exact number, but it's between like 2.5 and 3 days before you lose progress, and it's a linear effect from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you go
like
Down
3
there.
days.
Now that's the
essentially.
scientist in you
Yeah.
coming out now
The
with
glasses.
the.
Yeah.
But I think that's important to say. Like I adopted that mindset years ago, where I was like, okay, I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm still going to train through Christmas. Like I haven't done it now for the last couple of years because of where we've been with kids and stuff. But even before that, I'd be out on Christmas Day morning and doing some exercise wherever I was,
Yeah.
right, and do something. I think that's important.
Even the backyard cricket game, like I know
Well,
we do that.
move,
Just
right?
Christmas
Yeah,
get
Day is
moving.
just activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Activity helps.
100%.
essentially.
And then you can, well, you're not going to feel as guilty enjoying the food and the drinks, right?
Yep.
Because I think that's important. What's our other, so moving more obviously, but how can, we talked about this the other day, possibly that there aren't, like for the high, what do you call it, the holiday days, there aren't that many meals during this whole month and a half that really need to be
No, no,
worse
no.
than normal.
You know, really, you're looking at, you know, potentially Christmas Day or Boxing Day in our family is always a big one.
Yeah.
Watching the cricket, obviously.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, you can pretty much, you know, write off New Year's Day as a result of that as well.
Yeah.
You've probably got a couple of Christmas parties, and let's just say another catch up. So, you know, we're only really talking about 7 days out of the next month and a bit.
That has to be out of the norm.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, it's summer, so people enjoy more. Like I do that as well. You probably have another beer because the sun's out and it's warm and you want to sit outside.
Yeah, but to counter
Right.
that, because the sun's out, you can get outside and move your body more.
Well, that's exactly right. And you
Yeah.
can. So my strategy is usually that I counterbalance it with not eating as much, possibly leading up to the event, right?
Yeah.
I know that's against what a lot of people would say. Don't like starve yourself. That's not what I'm doing. I just make sure that my calories are going to be higher in the evening of New Year's Eve, for example. Then maybe I don't eat eggs and bacon for breakfast.
Well, you
and,
consider it
know,
like a bank. So, you know, say that over the course of a week, for round numbers' sake, let's just say that you might have 14,000 calories for an entire 7-day period
Yeah.
where you're allowed to consume that would maintain your weight.
Yeah.
If you know that you're going to have 2 blowouts in that week, so they might be, you know, 3,000 or 4,000 calorie days. The other days you might eat a little bit less,
That's
yeah,
exactly
and
right,
then
yeah.
therefore you try and keep the numbers, so low numbers, 2 blowout days still equal, you know, close to that 14,000 calories.
And it goes against a little bit what the tradition would say, like, oh no, you can't have blowouts. Like, well, people are going to have blowouts and still eat the calories early in the week and that's when slowly over the last 12 months you gained
Yep.
6 kilos, because you gained half a kilo a week because you didn't do that, right? So if you're going to live that lifestyle of the weekend always being more, makes sense to have less Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Absolutely.
Thursday, right?
The other thing is, it is Christmas, so don't be too hard on yourself.
No, don't
you
be
know?
hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to lose weight over Christmas.
Yeah.
It's fine if you gain weight, right?
Yeah.
It's fine.
But you want to
As
have
long
it
as-
in manageable levels.
But we don't.
So,
Yeah.
So
We
you don't feel like you're having to completely start again.
But if you say you had Christmas Eve, maybe you had a little bit more than normal, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Say it's 3 days. If you gained 4 kilos in those 3 days, it's probably not fat,
No.
right?
Water
It is
retention.
just water retention as
Yeah.
well, and you feel bloated and you feel shit, and you
Pure
think
alcohol.
alcohol does that,
Yeah.
carbs does that. Like, you're just gonna feel. But that's fine. That's easy to get off. But if you do that without training as well for like the whole summer, and think that you start again after that period, then you're on the wrong path. You can adjust it, right?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you got to adjust it accordingly. So, yeah, have a little bit less Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever days it is that you enjoy. I think that's really important. I think it works for most people's lifestyles, and most people that I've talked to in our information meeting. Hey, Ali.
Meetings.
Hey, you can. No, we're just filming ourselves. You can come in and listen.
Sorry.
Come in.
No.
All right, we'll better finish off.
Yeah.
She's all right. So, I think, where was I?
We're talking about sustainability and doing. Yeah.
Yes, so most people have the lifestyle. Most people that I talk to in my meetings with the challenges and stuff, they do put their hand up when I say, who recognizes this pattern? And it's always like more calories eating on the weekend. Majority, like I'd say 99.9% do that,
Yeah.
right? They're very unusual that you have the same consistent diet over the week.
Yep.
So why not just work into your lifestyle that way? Like, you do have to bank up. If you
Yep.
spend more money in the bank than you had, then you're going to be, and in this case, it's like if you eat more than you
Then what-
wasted,
yeah.
yeah, whatever, then you're going to be better off. So yeah, I've managed myself, and it's obviously this podcast not about me, but I stay consistently the same weight because I do that, and I don't have the best diet, to be honest, for a trainer. Like, I do enjoy food and drink, and but I enjoy training, and
Yeah.
I bank up. I eat more heavily in the evening than I do in the morning, because that just works with my lifestyle. And I think
And
that could
I
work
think
for
it's important for people to recognise the fact that, we're not athletes here, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we don't, as much as we should be watching watching what we're eating and how much we're drinking and having all those things in moderation, etc.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be living, like a monk. That's not the idea. That's,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one will, because they're going to hate us if we told them they had to, right?
Yeah.
So it's just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those little things like having fast food, occasionally, and having beers and wine, etc.,
Yeah.
things like that, it's kind of what makes life, that little
Balance.
bit more enjoyable,
Yeah.
But it's
Exactly.
recognising when that balances out. Yeah.
The balance, if you have gained weight over the last year, the balance was out. That's basically
Pretty
it, right?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unless you're on, trying to bulk, right?
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Cheers. Thanks for coffees.
Yeah.
Good chat.
Congratulations, Zach.
Yeah, well done.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.